You think people care about your struggles? You think people care about your excuses? You think people care about how hard your life is? Let me tell you something right now. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're tired. Nobody cares that you had a rough childhood. Nobody cares that you don't have time. Nobody cares that it's difficult. Nobody cares about your feelings. The world is a cold, ruthless place that rewards results and punishes weakness. That's the reality most people are too afraid to face. You're scrolling through social media, looking at successful people, thinking they don't understand my situation. They had advantages I don't have. Wake up, stop lying to yourself. Most successful people had it harder than you. They just didn't use it as an excuse to fail. I'm going to tell you something that might hurt your feelings, but I don't care. Your feelings aren't important. Results are important. The sooner you accept that, nobody cares about your excuses, the sooner you can start building a life worth living. Look around you. Everyone is fighting their own battles. Everyone has their own problems. Everyone has their own goals. Do you think they have time to care about yours? They don't. Your friends don't really care if you get in shape. Your family says they care, but they'll be the first ones to offer you cake when you're trying to lose weight. The girl you like doesn't care about your potential. She cares about who you are right now. Your boss doesn't care why you couldn't get it done. He cares if you got it done. Society doesn't care about your mental health struggles. Society cares about what you can produce and contribute, what value you bring. Is this fair? Who cares if it's fair? Life isn't fair. The sooner you accept this reality, the sooner you can use it to your advantage. Because here's the beautiful thing about nobody caring. It means you're free. Free from the need for approval, from the need for understanding, from the need for validation. When you truly internalize that nobody cares, you stop looking for external motivation and start finding it within yourself. The excuse epidemic. The average man today is drowning in excuses. I don't have time to work out. Really? You have time to watch Netflix for 3 hours, but not 45 minutes to train? I have a slow metabolism. So what? Eat less, move more. Physics doesn't care about your metabolism. I'm too tired after work. Everyone is tired. The difference between winners and losers is that winners do it anyway. Oh, I don't have good genetics. Neither did Arnold Schwarzenegger when he started lifting weights in a cold basement in Austria with minimal equipment. I don't have access to a good gym. People are building phenomenal physiques in prison with no equipment at all. You have no excuse. Let me tell you something about excuses. Every time you make one, you're programming your mind to accept failure as an option. Winners don't make excuses, they find solutions. You don't have time? Wake up earlier. You don't have energy? Fix your diet and sleep. You don't have a gym? Do body weight exercises. You don't have motivation? Discipline replaces motivation. For every excuse, there's a solution. The question is, are you looking for excuses or are you looking for solutions? My journey. Let me tell you a story. When I started training, I had nothing. No advantages, no special genetics, no personal trainers, no expensive supplements. What I had was a decision. A decision that I would become exceptional no matter what. I trained when I was tired. I trained when I was busy. I trained when I didn't feel like it. Why? Because I understood a fundamental truth that most people never grasp. Nobody cares about yours. They only care about results. When you walk into a room, people don't see your struggles. They don't see your sacrifices. They don't see your excuses. They see your body. They see your confidence. They see your results. I decided early on that I wouldn't let my circumstances determine my outcomes. I wouldn't let temporary discomfort prevent permanent improvement. Most people quit at the first sign of difficulty. They quit when it gets uncomfortable. They quit when they don't see immediate results. Winners push through. Winners embrace the discomfort. Winners understand that temporary pain leads to long-term gain. I trained through injuries. I trained through exhaustion. I trained through doubt. Not because I'm special, because I refused to be average. And you know what? The results spoke for themselves. People who used to ignore me started to notice. People who used to dismiss me started to respect me, not because they cared about my journey, because they cared about the end result. The real secret to success. Let me tell you the real secret to success that nobody wants to admit. Consistent hard work over time. That's it. No magic pill, no secret technique, no special diet, just showing up day after day, putting in the work when nobody's watching, when nobody's cheering you on, when nobody cares. The men who succeed in this world aren't the most talented. They're the most disciplined. They're the most consistent. They're the most resilient. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Most people's lives are dictated by their feelings. They exercise when they feel motivated. They eat healthy when they feel disciplined. They work hard when they feel energetic. That's why most people fail. Feelings are unreliable. Feelings fluctuate. Feelings lie. Real men don't base their actions on feelings. They base their actions on commitments. When you commit to something, you do it regardless of how you feel. You do it whether you're motivated or not. You do it whether it's convenient or not. That's how you build a body that commands respect. That's how you build a life that creates envy. That's how you become exceptional in a world of mediocrity. The mental game. Physical training is only 30% physical. The other 70% is mental. Your mind will quit 1,000 times before your body does. Your mind will create excuses. Your mind will rationalize weakness. Your mind will seek comfort over growth. The battle isn't in the gym. The battle is in your mind. When you're doing that last rep, when your muscles are screaming, when every fiber of your being wants to quit, that's when champions are made. Not physically, but mentally. Can you push through when everything in you wants to stop? Can you continue when your body is begging you to quit? Can you embrace the pain when most would avoid it? That's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. That's the difference between the masses and the elite. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop. Like a muscle, it grows stronger with resistance. Every time you push through discomfort, you're building mental toughness. Every time you do what needs to be done, despite not feeling like it, you're building mental toughness. Every time you choose the harder path over the easier one, you're building mental toughness. This mental strength transcends the gym. It affects every area of your life, your business, your relationships, your finances, your entire future. The man who can push through physical discomfort can push through any discomfort. The man who can discipline his body can discipline his mind, his money, his time, his entire life. The accountability mirror. Here's an exercise I want you to do today. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself dead in the eyes, and ask yourself these questions. Am I giving my absolute best? Am I making excuses or making progress? Am I settling for mediocrity or pushing for excellence? If nobody else's opinion mattered, would I be satisfied with my efforts? Most people can't do this exercise honestly because they can't face the truth. They've been lying to themselves for so long that they believe their own excuses. The mirror doesn't lie, the scale doesn't lie, your results don't lie. If you're not where you want to be, it's because you haven't put in the work required to get there, period. Not because of bad genetics, not because of lack of time, not because of stress or circumstances or any other excuse, because of insufficient effort consistently applied over time. The beauty of this harsh truth is that it puts the power back in your hands. If your lack of results is due to your lack of effort, then increasing your effort will increase your results. Simple as that. The action plan. So now that you understand the reality that nobody cares about your excuses, only your results, let's talk about what you're going to do about it. Here's your action plan. 1, train at least 5 days per week, no exceptions. Not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient. 5 days minimum. 2, track everything, your workouts, your food, your weight, your measurements. What gets measured gets improved. 3, progressive overload with every workout. More weight, more reps, more sets, less rest time. If you're not progressing, you're regressing. 4, clean up your diet. No more junk food, no more excessive sugar, no more alcohol, protein with every meal, vegetables with every meal, proper hydration. 5, sleep 7-8 hours every night. Sleep is when your body recovers and grows. Sacrifice sleep, sacrifice gains. 6, eliminate distractions. Social media, excessive TV, video games, anything that takes time away from your goals needs to be minimized or eliminated. 7, surround yourself with winners. If the 5 people you spend the most time with are out of shape, guess what you'll be? Distance yourself from those who reinforce mediocrity. This isn't complicated, it's not easy, but it's simple. The problem isn't knowledge, the problem is execution. Most people know what to do, very few actually do it consistently. Be one of the few. Be exceptional. Be relentless. the reward. Let me tell you what happens when you embrace the nobody cares mentality and put in the work day after day, week after week, month after month. Your body transforms, fat melts away, muscle develops, strength increases, energy skyrockets, but the physical transformation is just the beginning. Your confidence soars. Not the fake confidence that comes from external validation, but the real confidence that comes from knowing you can do hard things, that you can push through discomfort, that you can transform yourself through sheer will and discipline. People start to treat you differently, not because they care about your journey, but because they respect the result. They respect the discipline, they respect the power. Opportunities open up, doors that were closed before suddenly become accessible. Not because people care about your struggle, but because they want to associate with excellence. Your entire life changes, not just your body. Your standards rise, your expectations elevate, your tolerance for mediocrity in yourself and in others disappears. All because you embraced a simple truth that most people run from: nobody cares about your excuse. They only care about your results. Let me leave you with this. In a world where everyone is looking for shortcuts, be the one willing to take the long road. In a world where everyone is making excuses, be the one making progress. In a world where everyone is seeking comfort, be the one embracing discomfort. In a world where nobody cares, be the one who cares so much about your own standards that external validation becomes irrelevant. The path isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. If it were easy, everyone would do it, and then it wouldn't be worth doing. Embrace the struggle, embrace the pain, embrace the journey. Because one day you'll look in the mirror and see someone looking back at you who kept their promises. Someone who didn't quit when it got hard. Someone who transformed not just their body, but their entire life. And on that day, you'll realize that the person who needed to care all along was you. Not for approval, not for validation, but for the simple satisfaction of knowing you gave everything you had to become the best version of yourself possible. So get up right now and get to work. The clock is ticking, your excuses are waiting, your potential is calling. What are you going to do about it? If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe to Alpha Rise. We're building an army of men who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Remember, nobody cares about your excuses. They only care about your results. And now, so do you.